Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just got in from a run in the rain, so that was kind of refreshing. It's really smoky here though. I'm in Alberta. I'm in northern Alberta, and it's smoky here due to forest fires, I believe. I was away. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I was away visiting my grandma for Mother's Day. I wasn't going to come on till tomorrow. And then I tapped into somebody who was saying a lie about what I was doing this weekend. I was visiting my grandmother. Okay. I was visiting my grandmother for Mother's Day. And it was awesome. It was so awesome. We went garage sailing. I got a few things. The same lady that my grandmother bought this off of. Oh, I'm still trying to catch my breath. Her name is Lucille Scott. She's actually a third cousin of mine. She was at this yard sale, and she was telling me that she was my cousin. She's first cousins with my grandpa, so she's my third cousin. Anyways, I bought a bunch of feathers off of her. I'm going to make a fan with it, with sinew, but like I got all these feathers. And I also bought like a bottle cap off of her too, and she paints feathers. She paints feathers and bottle caps. And there's this beautiful one with the northern lights on it. It was so nice. And in the evening, we sat out and watched the northern lights. I took my kids to the park. It was just so nice to just not do any sort of work. I was still getting downloads, a lot of downloads, and we'll talk about those a little bit. But it was so nice to just reset. And then I was able to recognize the aspects in my life that were lacking or were a little bit stagnant and needed more challenge. So I figured that my runs need more challenge, so I'm running longer, right? And I recognize that once I took some time to realize how my body was responding to everything that I'm doing. I need to meditate a lot more than I have been. So I'm only going to be on once a day unless I'm feeling very strongly guided to do more than one reading. And it's really important to do that yourself, is to just take the weekend to really just listen to how your body is responding to every aspect. Physically, I wasn't challenged enough, so I increased the length of my run. Okay, I'm not meditating nearly as much as I used to before I started YouTube. So I'm only going to be online once a day unless I'm really strongly urged to, yes, go put this out. So physically and spiritually, I needed to adjust. And you should do that periodic, I can't say that word, from time to time. My brain's still going like intense from that run. So yeah, it was really nice. My sons, they're so sweet, okay? I put a picture of my son's Mother's Day card on my community tab because it was so beautiful. He's so sweet, and he loves God so much. He has, I'm so grateful that like I had my spiritual awakening as my kids were growing up, so I'm able to share with them what I am learning. And then they're able to incorporate God into their life at a younger age, right? In the card that my son made me, he said that I'm an amazing mother. And God bless you. God bless you, he says. God bless you. He has such a huge heart. Happy Mother's Day to like dads too, right? There's some dads who take on that motherly role, the Empress energy, right? That nurturing, abundant love, with or without the mother in the picture, right? You could have the mother there who's very not motherly, right? And to all the mothers out there, and to all the mothers who are fighting to have their children back in their life, guardians, yeah, you don't have to be a female to be a motherly type. I'm going to start reading this a little bit, then we'll pull cards. The mountain is you. There's nothing holding you back in life more than yourself. If there's an ongoing gap between where you are and where you want to be, and your efforts to close it are consistently met with your own resistance, pain, and discomfort, self-sabotage is almost always at work. On the surface, self-sabotage seems I don't know this word. Misogynistic. It appears to be a product of self-hatred, low confidence, or lack of willpower. So I'm kind of like getting like someone needs to be like, go easier on yourself. Like, stop internalizing failures. Failures are a part of growth. If you feel like you are always right, if you feel like, I don't know, man, someone's just being really hard on themselves. Why? That doesn't get you anywhere. It's not going to, unless it is, I'm getting kind of a pity. Like, you are lovable. And the only thing that would make you feel not is if you're comparing. And the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Be a bit better than that. And it's like most people are like comparing themselves to people who are out of their league. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I wouldn't compare myself last year to myself this year. That's not fair. That's why you only compare yourself to yourself. Because you could just be I don't know, lower in low confidence, low spirits, right? They call it low spirits when you're down in the dumps, in that pity party. Oh, poor me, right? How could you ever compare to someone who's in their power, has been empowered, has taken the steps to empower themselves? Acceptance, right? You can't. It's just they're out of your league. Maybe if you start working, start accepting yourself, stop comparing yourself to others, then maybe you could work yourself into comparing yourself to that person, but it's just not healthy. And then that would be considered like healthy competition, because there is such thing. But like, why even do that to yourself? That is where this self-hatred is generated. Like, you have to have something, some sort of willpower, man, something. I'm going to pull cards because this is making me channel. And I'll read the rest of that later. somebody is a scout. Somebody is a scout for a whorehouse is what I'm hearing. Fuck. I'm hearing Hotel California. Hotel California. So I'm getting like, there's this hotel, or there's this hotel looking building. There's this hotel looking building. I can't decipher whether it's a hotel or a condominium, okay? But there's an entrance and then there's rooms on the inside of the building. It's not a motel, it's a hotel or a condominium. Okay? And somebody is a scout for this place because this is a place of like sex workers, but like it's like high class if there's such thing. But I mean, there's like people who are of riches go there for sex work, okay? And then there's a worker who scouts out people in different cities, towns, whatever, to be these higher class sex workers, okay? But really what they're doing is frauding these people out, seeing what's owed to their name, and then like, it's basically slave work because they're like going to get this woman who has something owed to her name that they don't know about. They're going to fraud her out and then they're going to put her in this condominium hotel, this sex working place. Degrading. It's degrading, okay? But they're supposed to pick people who have already devoted their lives to it in a sense. And this is what somebody wanted for someone, is to like take what they got and have them be degraded in this way. So they lied on them. Somebody wants to apologize. Very immature. Very immature. They lied on this person, man. And there's some sort of boss. There's some sort of boss that understands that the person that you were targeting to do this, what didn't qualify for like some sort of like, they had to like, you pick out a certain person who've already devoted their lives to this. This person, somebody's boss knows that this person isn't that type of person and is intrigued. Someone could be getting fired. There's like a pool. It's like a pool that's like, it's not like a regular pool. It's like, it looks like rock or like a cliff. It looks like a cliff with like lights in it. It's weird. It's really beautiful. It's like a cliff, but it's like a pool. You could have a cave. It's a really nice place. Like there's people like, not just the average person would go there. They can't afford it. But there's some disgusting people with weird kinks there as well. Someone was satisfied and thinking that they would be able to gaslight someone into like doing this line of work. That's the end of that. Okay? There's someone like higher up. This person could be getting fired. This person would want to gaslight someone or lie on someone in order to like end someone's life this way. They're like, this person isn't this type, and you were going to try to ruin their life like that. You got satisfaction out of trying to ruin their life like that, degrade them when they don't even choose that for themselves. Like, you make me sick. Like, what the fuck? You want that for people? You get enjoyment to have that for people? Yo, these people already chose it for themselves. I don't know, it's fucking weird. Something's weird about it, though. Like, somebody has some sort of feeling when it comes to this one person because they didn't choose that for themselves. It was just a bunch of bullshit that someone very immature fed them to have endings in this person's life, and they got satisfaction out of it. So this person, in knowing that, is intrigued and has some sort of like change of heart. There's also a woman who thinks that they look better than this person that you're intrigued by. This person, this woman that was targeted to be in this sort of situation. There's a woman connected to like a boss who's jealous of this person, thinks that they look better, thinks that they are better. And the person that they're with is realizing that they're actually not. They want to be more intrigued on like how the person's mind works opposed to what they look like on the physical. So like that shows self-growth. Sometimes when you connect with people, you just outgrow them. Sometimes you meet people where you can grow together. That's an independent relationship, interdependent relationship. You didn't knock. Hey, you didn't knock. Yes. Next time, remember to knock, okay? Okay. I think he forgot the rules because we've been gone. But that I lost my train of thought. Yeah, somebody's watching from a distance. Justice. It is justice that this person sees this. It's like an overseer. Somebody sees like the satisfaction somebody else got for creating endings in somebody's life. And this is justice, that you are judged. But I'm like, this justice is kind of like on the darker side of things. Like the spooky kind of justice. Like I'm getting like street justice. It's not the, sometimes I get like cops. Sometimes I get like some sort of court situation, which it could be some kind of court situation, but I'm tapping into more like the darker side of things where like the cops aren't involved with that. Because this person never involved the cops ever. They just didn't. That's not who they are. It actually brings this like darker, more cynical person. Yes. Satisfaction that this person didn't involve the cops. Did he? Yeah. Let him know that I said. And then come and get me if he doesn't give it to you. Say, Mommy said. I'll be right back. Okay. I hear you. I just told my son, you always make me do your dirty work, man. Just go get it yourself. Go get it yourself. I don't want to be the mediator when it comes to that iPad. And I felt like that had some sort of significance. Somebody feels like that they have some sort of power because they have a connection to somebody who is cynical. But it's like, you should have never did that. You should have never been a liar, a manipulator, a gaslighter, because this situation didn't need it. And you caused a lot of endings, okay, for a lot of people due to your own wish fulfillment, due to your own satisfactory needs when it comes to like having endings for one person. You're going to take down all these people for one person that you didn't even succeed doing that to? Like, what? Like, how immature, how reckless. Seven of Spears. The way that this person fought against adversity. The Priestess. Like the deeper knowing that this person has is like, this person's getting a new beginning anyways. This person always knew. They've been saying this since the beginning. And then there's something that's very like, somebody feels very foolish because of like somebody's strength. And intuition. You try to make a mockery out of this person. You try to strong arm this person with this strength card. You try to strong arm them with gaslighting here and create endings for them. You called them a fool. You said that they were only saying predictions that would have their wishes fulfilled. Like what? That doesn't make any sense. No, they were saying what's true because of their connection with the divine. And it brought you satisfaction to say that on their name, that they were only making these sort of prophecies for their own wish fulfillment. That was a lie that you said to make yourself feel better, because this person was calling you out for exactly who you were. And that threatened you. That was a threat to you, because you have a hard time accepting yourself for who you are. And that's not this person's problem. So you attack this person due to your own immaturity, because they had the strength to know that you were a liar, that you were a manipulator, that you were immature, you were a gaslight, okay? That angered you, that somebody figured you out, was able to decipher who you are, and what you were doing to them, why you were doing it to them. It made you feel naked. It made you feel exposed. The only fool, you tried to make a mockery out of this person by creating endings in their life, by spying on them, by trying to degrade them and have them lined up for this bullshit job, and then have whatever they had to their name, have your new beginning. Endings for them for your new beginning. The only fool here is you. And you manifested this all, man. Like, this person is like judgment. This person chose the right path and continued to choose the right path. Continued to think positive. Continued to get creative with all of their positive thinking. Okay, this person is very self-aware. Like, if they need time for self to figure out where they need adjustments, okay, like I did, then they'll take that time, okay, and they'll be patient to have that understanding of where they need to make those adjustments. Like, I'm getting like somebody took some time off, and somebody was already trying to talk that shit, okay? This person just took some time off. Like, what? So somebody's in trouble. And most likely your boss will protect this person. Most likely. Ooh, there was some like there's people who wanted to like, they have like fantasies. They have fantasies about this woman. They were just waiting for this person to be in this position. They were like, I would pay this much. I would pay this much. I would pay this much. Fucking gross. Get out of here. It's sick. Okay, I don't know. Something's weird about it though. It's weird. Yeah, you just saw opportunity that this person could make you with their like. There's something fishy about this, man. There's something fishy about this. You saw this person's innocence and like their livelihood and their optimism, and you want to take that from somebody. That's what you envy. You envy this person's like energy, their like innocence, their purity, their creativity. This is like an opportunist, and you hate this about this person, so you thought that setting them up to be in this type of work would kill that out of them. I got no words for that. I'm not even going to speak on that. I'm not even going to speak on that. Okay? I'm just going to hand it over to God. Because He's going to fuck you up more than I could ever wish for. Hey. These cards are too intense. I gotta put these away. I gotta put these away. Damn. It's like a high class, and it's kind of like, what are those words? You know how something's contradicting? Names are contradicting, like jumbo shrimp, right? It's like a contradicting name. What's the name of that? Where it's like shrimp are tiny. It's just a contradicting name. Because I don't think there's such thing as a high class whorehouse. Okay, it's just, but I mean high class, like it's like some sort of like elite where like it's disguised as a condominium. It's disguised as a hotel because it is a hotel and it is a condominium and it is free for rent, but like it's a whorehouse. I just find it weird that I'm saying it's high class when it's like, I'm only meaning it's high class because there's people, I'm getting tunnels into a hotel or into a condominium, okay? So that people don't know that these high class people, richer people, people of higher class financially are going into these places for this sort of service. There's some sort of woman that's tied to like a boss there that's really jealous. They're envious because they think they're better than, and they're not. They're just not. Maybe they think that they look better, but it's not comparable on like a soul level or an intellectual level or a maturity level. It's just not. Somebody's also trying to do magic on somebody's kid. Cancel that. That won't work. Someone's steady doing spell work, okay? Steady doing spell work. Damn. Someone's also trying to study your way of being. Like how you are able to read situations and then how you... someone's just really studying how you operate. Someone's realizing your commitment as well. Your commitment to stability. Like if I want to keep steady, I'm going to have a good understanding of me, And I'm going to try to keep as balanced as I possibly can, which means taking time for self and understanding what I need to work on, what I need to maybe do more of, less of, whatever need be to have more balance, but steadily working towards goals. But then also incorporating intuition, right? Insights. And then, I don't know, something about someone's creativity is just, maybe somebody has a boost of creativity after taking some time to self. And it's always kind of like that, right? Like, if I were to compare it to the physical, okay, and me working out, I took a day off. I've been running for almost 3 months, 2 months, okay, at least 2 months, maybe 2.5, straight, every day, except for that one day. And then I forget what it was exactly why I didn't run that day, but there was a reason for it. And the next day I came back stronger. Okay? And I'm like, so if I came back stronger from taking a break, from running, is that the same with like taking a break from reading cards? Like if I were to take a break, would I come back stronger? And I've been getting a lot of downloads. So like, I feel like I need to take more time to regulate my own energy than I have been. So that's why I came up with the solution of like only reading once a day. For a while. There's also other things that I want to practice, right? And I don't have that much time to do it if I'm always pushing out readings and then also doing what I'm doing outside of that. Ooh, this is manifesting really great things. Stay committed, okay? Keep working steadily towards your goals. And maybe instead of going gung-ho like I do, like if I have an idea in my head, I'm like, I need to do that right now. And I'm not going to stop till I'm done, okay? That is not a good way to do it. Now what I'm doing is I'm breaking these tasks over days and weeks, depending on how long it needs. Like say my project, for instance, if that needs 12 hours to dry, well then I'm not moving on until that's fully dried, right? And then the next day, then I can go ahead and work on it. But never really pushing it. And if it doesn't happen the next day, well then, oh well, it's not really on the top of my list of importance. Maybe somebody needs to like prioritize what they're doing. Like your priorities are what you mostly do. Okay, so if I were like a list of 10 things that I'm mostly doing, those are my priorities. I could say something's a priority and do it not even an ounce of the amount of time that something that may be not even on my list, I'm doing a lot more. I hope that makes sense. That didn't really make sense coming out of my mouth to me. Say if I am drinking more than I'm hanging out with my kids, that means drinking is a priority over my children. Okay, that's not the case, but I'm just giving that as an example of something that you would probably want to be in denial about. Okay, so sometimes we're doing these things more than these things that we say that we prioritize. How often are you doing it? I hang out with my kids every day. I think about my kids every day. Even when my kids weren't with me, I wrote to them every day. And then I jumped through every hoop I had to until they got back into my life. I was doing other things that were also a priority that were bad, that aren't a priority anymore, and I'm no longer doing. But I had to be honest with myself, and that was a priority of mine. And I was making that more of a priority than I was getting my kids back in my life at one point. And I had to be very honest about that in order to change it. And now that priority doesn't even exist in my life anymore. And now my top priority, one of them, okay, is my children and activities with my children. And I'm raising them to be the best humans that they can be, to the best of my ability. But yeah, they're up there. They're probably number 3 after God and myself and God, right? And that's how you actually come to terms with what you're really doing. Okay, we've all been there, and there's a way to work yourself out of it, but it starts with honesty and acceptance of self. That's where you start, and you'll never get there living in denial. You'll never get there being unaccountable. And then after, it'll be easier to talk about. Somebody doesn't want to accept judgment, denial. But you're having this series of unfortunate events due to bad karma. 10 of Cups, depression. Because somebody else had the inner strength to overcome your adversity? Tell me what's wrong there. Because it's not this person who ever overcame you. Hell no, it's not. This person mastered themselves due to the pressure you put them under. Okay? You're the one self-sabotaging. That's what you manifested for yourself, as this person is steadily working towards their goal because they're committed to what they do. Sounds like your priorities aren't straight, and somebody's discovering this. Okay? They're going to discover this. They're going to call you out. I wouldn't be surprised if you got fired. And then all you did was find yourself in jail, or worse off, having to deal with this person. Damn. I'm hearing back door. I hear that a lot. Back door. But like tunnel style. Back door, tunnel style. Tunnel vision. Somebody had tunnel vision. This card signifies strength in the opposition. If he attacked, he will meet with onslaught. He'll meet the onslaught boldly. Somebody's paranoid. There could be some sort of delay or suspension when it comes to your plan. Adjournment, obstacles, adversity. Yeah, because somebody's realizing that you're a fucking liar. Somebody's a liar. Somebody's a liar. Mutation. There's going to be like a revolution when it comes to this. You trying to create instabilities and endings for somebody else. Okay? Due to your false heart. The only reason that you attacked this person we picked was because of like their joyous, their optimism, their like innocence, okay? Their true-hearted spirit. You're no longer a part of this person's life, so it offended you, it hurt your feelings, it struck something in you that was like, no. I can never have that sort of abundance and love again. Like, I ruined that? Yeah, you ruined that. And there was some sort of discontentment within you that this person laid a boundary and was like, no, never are you ever allowed around me. Ever in life. This person brought nourishment. They bring nourishment to anything that they're connected with. Anything they're connected with flourishes. This person is abundant in love. They feed the souls of people, okay? and in a healthy way. I'm getting like in the past, this person would feed the souls of people to their own detriment, like love to their own detriment, but it's healthier now. They're stronger now. They hold boundaries now. They love themselves now. They put themselves first now. They put God first now. And then everything else gets, it's like an overwhelming sense of abundant love getting poured into somebody's heart from God. Okay, so then they love themselves, and they're so full of love that it like pours and radiates off of them and touches everyone that they're connected to. And then a part of that healthier love is creating boundaries when it comes to people like you. And you're not going to get any sort of this